No, you are not wasting your time. Here's the thing. I have built my entire business on small profits. My entire reselling business up to this point was built on those little $1, $2, $3 profits. Hi everyone, it's Lindey. Welcome back to my channel. Today I want to talk about profits. More specifically, I want to answer the question, is a $1 profit worth your time? So I kind of did a video topic very similar to this one years ago when I first started putting out YouTube videos back in 2016, and I have to tell you that that video that I did is super duper cringy. Like, I can't even watch it back. It just makes me no. And I've even considered taking the video down, honestly, because it makes me cringe so bad. But I was talking about a very debatable topic, which was, are $3 to $5 profits worth your time? And the reason why I had done that video years ago was because I was starting to receive a lot of criticism from viewers that I was wasting my time, that I was selling things for a $3 profit or a $4 profit, and that my time would better be suited selling the kind of stuff they were selling because they make $50 profits. And I would have people leaving comments on my videos that were like,
I only settle for a $35 profit and nothing less. Woo, 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 woo.
And I was getting really tired of people telling me how much more profit they made in a single sale than I did, and how I was doing it wrong, they were doing it right. I wanted to make my point of view known out there because I am all for the little profits. And even though I stand behind what I said years ago, my opinion has kind of changed in the slightest. So I wanted to have another discussion about the items that sell for very, very minuscule profits. More notably, say $1 only profit. A dollar profit. I want to talk about why I still think it's worth it to sell those kind of items. Back in that video, I was talking about how it didn't matter the small amount of profit that I made because it was profit. I've always been of the mindset, profit is profit. It doesn't matter how little. And I think that a lot of people have this mindset of, if it's less than a certain dollar amount, it's not worth my time. Like, it's only exciting to be a reseller if you know you're gonna make at least a $20 profit. I personally don't feel that way because, as I said in that previous video, every single dollar is precious to me because I've been there. I've been there in a time where there was little to no money to go around. Every dollar was precious to me then. Every dollar is precious to me now. So if I can sell something, even if it only makes me $1 profit, I'm gonna sell it because it's another dollar that I didn't already have. And it's like creating money out of nowhere. I didn't have that dollar 20 minutes ago, and I've got it now. Now, this is where my current opinion differs from my opinion 4 years ago. Even though 4 years ago, technically I still had 10 years of experience on eBay, I did not really have 10 years of sourcing experience because for those 10 prior years, I was a real hobbyist seller. I would just sell whatever free stuff I could get my hands on. I would just buy and sell whatever I could off and on for 10 years. It wasn't 10 years of running a full-fledged business. But in 2016, when I had decided to start growing eBay into an actual full-fledged functioning business, man, that's a tongue twister. Full-fledged functioning business. Anyways, I didn't have a lot of sourcing experience. I was still trying to learn what would sell well for me, where to source merchandise, and all of that. So I was very limited with the resources that I had at the time when it came to buying items and flipping them for profit. At that time, I was doing some retail arbitrage, but not a ton, not to the scale I'm doing now. And I wasn't buying liquidation. I was mostly flipping stuff from thrift stores, which, if you know, when you buy stuff from thrift stores, it's usually going to be a unique, one-of-a-kind item. You're not going to have multiples of it. So whatever you find at a thrift store to list on eBay, you're gonna have to create a brand new listing every single time, which of course takes a lot of effort. And you can't really list more items than you can realistically list in a week. If you're creating unique, one-of-a-kind listings, you can only do so many during the given time that you have to actively list. And so that makes the entire process of scaling up your business very, very difficult because you can only list so many items. So the one thing that I no longer agree with, in the sense that, you know, $1 profit is still profit, I do think that if you are going to be a successful reseller that makes a significant amount of money doing this, I do think that you need to have the ability to scale if you're settling for those smaller dollar profits. For instance, not too long ago, I'll go ahead and link the video up here if you missed it, but in that video, I talked about the various sales models that you would need to do in order to achieve $1,000 per week in profits. Not sales, profits. And in that video, I talked about how you would have to sell 400 items at a $2.50 profit in order to reach your $1,000 profit goal for the week. So if you're only making $2.50 profit, then you're going to have to work on volume in order to make more money. Same thing if you're only making $1 profit. If you wanted to make $1,000 a week in profit, you would need to sell 1,000 items at a $1 profit each. Well, if you're only listing unique, one-of-a-kind items where you have to create a brand new listing from scratch every single time, then listing 1,000 a week is nearly impossible by yourself. And that's not even taking into consideration sell-through rate, because rarely anybody has 100% sell-through rate. So in order to sell 1,000 items at $1 profit each, you would have to list significantly more than 1,000. But where I do think that $1, $2, $3 profits are completely acceptable is when we're talking about multiple quantities, where you can list one listing and have multiples of that item to sell. That's when I think it's totally worth it, because then you're not only doing all of this work to create a listing for something that sells for only $1 profit, now you're creating a listing to sell multiples of the same item that every time it sells gets you that $1 profit, and you don't have to create a listing over and over again. So now let me give you an example of what a $1 profit item would be. That would be like if you sold something for $7 and free shipping, and you paid $1.78 for it, and you paid $2.83 to ship it first class. After eBay fees and PayPal fees, that would leave you with a net profit of $1.25. So it's very realistic that you could sell a bunch of things at $7 in free shipping and have $1.78 cost of goods, still be able to pay for a shipping label, and still achieve $1.25 profit off of every single sale. An example of something like this would be cosmetics. You could sell a tube of lipstick for $7 in free shipping, and if you had multiples of the exact same tube of lipstick, you could just sell it over and over and over again. In this case, $1 profits are totally worth it. Did my lighting change? I don't know what happened. Anyways, but now you might be thinking, Lindey, I don't have the ability to buy 100 of the same thing and sell them all for $1 profit. Am I wasting my time if I'm not making a certain dollar amount? And to that, I would say, no, you are not wasting your time. Here's the thing. I have built my entire business on small profits. My entire reselling business up to this point was built on those little $1, $2, $3 profits. And they were not always multiple quantities. You know, as I referred to that old cringy video, I was selling unique, one-of-a-kind clothing items and things from the thrift stores, and I was only making a couple of dollars profit every time. Yes, it was more work, but I was generating an income. But that's the thing. Because I wasn't doing multiple quantities, I was doing more work for less money. And that's where I think you really need to consider what sales model you're going for and what dollar amount in profit you're willing to settle for. Like in that video that I referenced about the $1,000 profit in a single week, I said it was my personal opinion that you shouldn't do unique, one-of-a-kind one-offs for less than $10 profit, because it's really hard to scale and you can end up burning yourself out. That is what I did myself when I was selling unique one-of-a-kind clothing. I burned myself out because you're just constantly having to list and list and list. And if you are settling for smaller profits, then you don't make more money unless you list more. And if you can't possibly list more, then you start burning yourself out because you're pushing yourself too hard. And so in the beginning, I was okay selling those unique one-offs for only a few dollars profit because I was still growing. I was still learning. I was still trying to increase my capital so that I could learn other ways of sourcing. So my entire business was built on those $1, $2, $3 profits from unique items. So if you're selling unique one-of-a-kind items, if you're not doing wholesale or liquidation and you're only getting a couple of dollars profit off every single sale, I say good for you. Keep going because you're making money. I would say don't let that be the sales model that you stick with forever because it will start to get tiring. You will start to face burnout. Try to use this as an opportunity to make a little bit of money while you learn how to source better, because those $1, $2, $3 profits are definitely worth it if you are strategic about the kind of items that you're selling. So those lower profit items, make sure that they're multiple quantities so that you can sell several of them with a single listing versus doing all of the work to create a listing to only make a couple dollars profit. But if you're still in the beginning stages and you're learning how to source better, I say take every dollar profit that you can get because it's all money, baby. Profit is profit. And especially now, we all need every single dollar that we can get. I'm not about ready to turn my nose up at making an extra buck. Now I want to hear from you. Put down in the comments below what your average profit is per sale and how you're sourcing. Let me know, are you sourcing unique one-of-a-kind items from thrift stores or the Goodwill outlet? Or are you doing primarily retail arbitrage? Are you doing liquidation and wholesale? Let me know down in the comments below. I'm really curious to know how my viewers are sourcing and what kind of profits you're making on those items. If you liked this video and videos like this, please do give it a thumbs up. That lets me know and it lets YouTube know that you like it too. If you haven't already, please do consider subscribing and ring the notification bell. That way you'll be notified whenever I post new content. Don't forget to check the video description. I will put some useful information in there. And thank you again so much for watching. I will see you guys with my next video. Bye-bye.